Hamstrings cross both the hip and the knee joints, and they tend to get really tight, especially with a lot of sitting and dynamic activities. Here are a few yoga poses that you can use to help stretch your hamstrings. One of the first ones is seated single leg forward fold. So left foot can be in with your foot on the inside, kind of pressing in, reaching up to lengthen, and then folding forward over this front leg. If your hamstrings are very tight, this is going to be challenging, so I recommend taking a yoga block and just putting it underneath your knee a little bit for allow a little slack on the hamstring. And then just inhale and folding forward. And then holding this for 6 breaths. And repeat on the opposite side. Ragdoll is another great pose that stretches the hamstrings. In order to do ragdoll pose, feet are hip width distance apart, so about 2 fist width distance. And then kind of just folding forward and letting your upper body pull you down. Pinkies and opposite elbows, knees bent to whatever feels comfortable on the back of the legs and the lower back. You can stay here if you are looking for more intense stretch or don't feel much of a stress in this position. You can come into gorilla's pose, which is feet on top of the hands. Bending your knees, inhale and exhale. Lengthen and pressing through the backs of the legs, holding this pose or ragdoll for about 6 breaths. Pyramid pose is a great way to stretch your hamstrings. What you do is you start with your front foot at 12 o'clock, and the back foot is going to be behind you and slightly angled up towards the front corner of the mat, not as severe of an angle as it would be if you're in a warrior position. And your feet are a little bit closer together. So not necessarily tightrope, but you don't want them too wide either. From here, you're gonna pull your hips forward, inhale to lengthen, and exhale, folding forward over that front leg. And then arms can come to the ground or they can come to yoga blocks. You wanna keep your weight evenly balanced in between the front foot and the back foot. If you don't feel like much weight is in your front foot, adjust your feet, try to step this one up and out a little bit. And inhale again and relax into the pose, holding for 6 breaths. And then repeat this pose on the opposite side.